Your presence here signifies that you've taken an important step in your listening and your learning, and you now are entering into the Candidacy Summit.
These places have been prayed over. Your names have been prayed over.
And you may not understand what this means or how to make sense of it. All you know is that you can no longer ignore God's plan and call in your life anymore.
One of the greatest things that I value about this whole process has been I can't get away from relationship. Can't get away from the relationships that have been developed. And I'll tell you what, it's just incredible the relationships that have developed as a result of the community coming to this, a community aspect to this candidacy process.
The Candidacy Summit experience taught me to really take time into the discernment process, not to rush myself.
The Candidacy Summit process allowed me to understand that it is a process, and that process is not yet over.
The thing I liked about discerning in the small group community is that each of us had different angles that we thought about things from. To be able to hear everyone else's story, to hear the way that God had been working in their lives was really neat.
What I've learned most about my calling throughout this whole experience is that God has called me to something bigger than I had ever expected. When I had first received the calling, it was something I never knew that it would be so wide and that there would be so many possibilities.
It's good to know that this process is welcoming, whether I'm coming out of high school or I'm a 50-year-old man. It's good to know that it's open anytime.
One of my classmates, when I first got to the school, he had tattoos, he had earrings, his hair was crazy. And the first thing I did was I judged him. I said, we're not gonna be friends. He's a punk rocker. Here I am with a suit on, things of that nature. We're the best of friends. He's in my group. It just so happened that he's in my group. We're the best of friends. We send each other Facebook messages. We made a covenant brotherhood that we're gonna get to this thing together.
It's really the first time that I had been in a room full of people that I felt like had the same heart and passion and desire that I do for serving God.
Whatever your size or gender or age, God is calling you.
Yes.
And God can use you.
At the end of the summit process, our hope is the candidates have increased clarity about their God call, a life-giving experience in community, and a greater appreciation for the gift of the United Methodist Connection. Do you know someone that may be called to credentialed ministry? Are you that someone? Don't delay. Commit to exploring God's call in your life today.